Mai Mala Buni has spent 365 days as governor of Yobe State, recording many firsts in a short time in office. After declaring a state of emergency in the education and agriculture sectors, his administration embarked on many developmental projects and youth empowerment. TVC News correspondent Michael Oshoma takes stock of some of Governor Buni's achievements and developmental strides in this special report.
In 2019, Governor Mai Mala Buni emerged winner at the APC primary election, becoming the APC flag bearer of the 2019 governorship election in Yobe State. In the following election campaigns, Mr. Buni promised to meet the yearnings and aspirations of the Yobe people. His slogan, continuity, consolidation and innovation, apparently convinced people in Yobe to elect him in the general election in 2019 with the hope of enjoying the dividends of democracy. After the swearing-in ceremony of Governor Buni and his deputy, the government immediately swung into action, outlining policies that would help fulfill the campaign promises of the Buni administration. A state of emergency was declared by Governor Buni in the education and agriculture sectors, while youth empowerment and improving the healthcare system were topmost on his agenda.
That as a result of the above, we are still a long way from getting the adequate number of indigenous professionals that our state needs to provide much needed social services. Given these challenges and the urgent need to address them, I declared an emergency in our primary and secondary education during my inauguration speech on May 29, 2019. A declaration of an emergency is an admission that things are not where they are supposed to be. It means that the familiar perception of the problems that confront us must be creatively challenged. Most importantly, it is a commitment to do all that is necessary to reverse the present order of things and to suspend the bureaucratic impediments and other bottlenecks that stand in the way of achieving our urgent goal, the goal of providing the best possible education to our children. I believe that revitalizing education in our state is a fiercely urgent goal. It is a momentous imperative that can no longer wait. It must begin right now.
I noticed numerous changes within the state because as he stepped into the office, he started looking at the areas that are having lapses in the state. And for him to tackle it, he appoints different administrators in order to help him to tackle the problem that will arise or that is already been there.
In order to create a conducive learning environment for students, ultra-modern schools have been built across the 3 senatorial districts.
As the saying, no nation can rise above the quality of its education. The present administration embarked on teachers training, especially basic education teachers. And the teachers were equipped with knowledge, attitudinal behavior, and skills they require.
His Excellency has approved the establishment of 3 STEM schools in Yobe State. He has also approved the establishment of 7 model schools in Yobe State. What more do you want to have as an achievement? His Excellency has approved that qualified teachers should be employed from September. And just day before yesterday, we signed a very, very important contract for the construction of additional hostels for all our girls' secondary schools in Yobe State.
He declared a state of emergency in the education sector, and that gives something like a hope, something like a rebirth in the education system of the state. And through that, he has started by improving the competency of the teachers by bringing in supervisors in order to test the ability of the teachers, how they teach. And he normally sends supervisors to come into directly to the classrooms and find out how the teachers used to impart knowledge to the students.
Yobe is lucky to have a governor who is education friendly, youth friendly, and agriculture friendly. With respect to education, if you could recall that a powerful committee was set up to come up with a document, and that document was submitted to the government, and the government is working on it. Even though the state of emergency is with respect of secondary and primary education, but you know that's the backbone of education, the foundation. Once you get your primary school education right, everything is okay. And when it collapses, everything collapses.
His Excellency insisted that we must engage the student, even if they are in their various homes. And he allowed us to access funds to be able to teach them through radio now. Believe you me, a lot of schools, a lot of states, are now copying from Yobe State. The forthcoming WAEC will further reveal to you that the Yobe of today, the Yobe of Maimala, inshallah will cease to be the Yobe people used to know, educationally.
In the industrial sector, the long-neglected factories have been resuscitated by the Buni administration. This has created jobs for youth across the state.
You know, we had a lot of industries which was, some of them, established since the 90s, some of them early 2000. So most of these industries are now were moribund. His Excellency immediately came because he said there is a need for us to resuscitate this industry, not for two purposes. One, most of the local materials of this, most of the materials, raw materials of these industries are locally sourced, especially in terms of the flour mill. And secondly, it will also provide job opportunities to our people. So that's why he resuscitated the Sahel Aluminium. Procurement of new equipment were made, and it has been installed. All of them were installed.
This is some of our products. We have conveyed about 200 bags to Damaturu, 50 kg of grits, 50 kg of maize flour, 10 kg of grits, then 10 kg of maize flour. And you can see down there, we have bran, which is a byproduct of the raw materials. So we have conveyed about 200 bags to Damaturu, at least to distribute to various ministries, departments, and agencies as samples.
Yobe residents are predominantly farmers, and this prompted the governor to organize an agricultural summit. The aim was to strategize on how to boost and improve the farming methods of farmers in the state. The government also provided tractors, bags of fertilizers, and other agricultural inputs for Yobe farmers in order to boost their farming activities.
Our administration recognizes the fact that our youths are the building blocks of the brighter future that we desire. And so we must strive to spare no effort to prepare them for a life of responsibility and service, one in which they are gainfully self-employed and self-reliant. As part of our administration's resolve to explore avenues of economic empowerment for the people, I have approved the establishment of a jobs portal that will harmonize and unite our effort at providing job opportunities for our youth and our people generally. In conclusion, I wish to urge the local government councils to continue to explore other avenues of job creation to complement the efforts of the state government for the attainment of our goals. Our administration will also take the necessary steps to collaborate with relevant agencies and development partners, including the National Directorate of Employment, Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Social Investment Program, Bank of Industry, among others, to achieve the overall socio-economic development objectives of our states.
Anything to do with agriculture, His Excellency don't turn deaf ears to it. He takes immediate action and see that the agricultural sector is being supported for the benefit of the people of Yobe State and Nigeria at large. And I think his dream is to see that Yobe State is food secured, and not only Yobe State but the country, and hope that we'll start exporting food to other states.
Construction of new roads at the local government level were also recorded within 1 year. Governor Buni is determined to utilize Migo resources to better the lot of the states.
The infrastructure is one of the key areas for development. And he has started, a lot of roads have been constructed. Within the period of this time, he has been able to construct roads and drainages in Buniadi, Babangida, Damagum, and Karasua, the local government headquarters.
One thing Yobe residents will not forget in a hurry is the ongoing construction of the Damaturu ultra-modern market under Governor Buni's watch. The governor is also gearing up to build befitting markets for each senatorial zone in the state.
He promised that there will be Damaturu modern market. He also promised that there will be a transit market, transit motor park at Potuskum. He also promised that mass housing has to be constructed in various towns and villages within all the local government headquarters of the state. As I'm telling you now, the Damaturu modern market is now almost 50 or 60% completed. Now the Potuskum transit park, virtually, the fencing and work has already been started, and it will be completed before the end of this year.
And very soon, you will begin to see that in Yobe State, we will register 0 out-of-school children. This is because the psyche of our people is we don't want our children to learn Western education at the expense of Islamic education. Now, what we will do is, come bring your son. He will have sound Islamic education side by side with the Western education. Very soon we will begin to produce memorizers of the Holy Quran from the public school. That is something that we master how to do. And His Excellency is giving us the free hand to do it. And believe you me, without any fear of contradiction. Give us 12 months from today. And hold me responsible if you do not see states from within the northern part of Nigeria and beyond coming to Yobe State to learn from us how best schools could be managed.
A working healthcare system and healthy population is one of the major responsibilities of any successful government. Governor Buni is seriously committing resources to the health sector to benefit the residents of Yobe State.
I foresee a robust primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare system in the next 3 years. The thing is that His Excellency has touched each of those 3 levels of healthcare delivery. At the primary level is what I've described, ensuring that there is a very strong primary healthcare system in each of the wards, and not only the wards, but even in the communities and the settlements. The secondary healthcare system, again, is not only to provide just ordinary secondary healthcare service, but standardized secondary healthcare services. So that is why in each of the local government headquarters, there will be establishment of secondary healthcare facilities. And then thirdly, at the tertiary level, the Yobe State University Teaching Hospital, as it is, the way it is equipped, the way it is manned, it's second to none across the region. The thing is that the kind of equipment, when you visit there, you will find that all the modern equipment are there. And not only that, His Excellency has not stopped at that. He looked at the other kinds of needed services that are not existent in the region. And we are working on putting in place such, bringing such services to the teaching hospital. And it's the way it is, again, if not because of this current pandemic, we are at the verge of even partnering with an international hospital, having a PPP arrangement with that hospital here, with it in here in Damaturu. The aim is to be able to provide and to make the state a hub of medical tourism.
With all these laudable programs and projects concerning the civil servants in the state by Governor Buni, what I would call on the civil servants to do is to reciprocate, put in their best. You know, the civil service is the machinery of government in achieving those campaign promises. And so in that regard, I will call on civil servants in the state to cooperate with the current administration, put in their best so we move Yobe forward.
Governor Buni's style of leadership has been commended by people of the state and beyond.
He's a man of the people. He's a grassroots politician. He's somebody who always welcomes new ideas, who always wants you to think outside the box, to bring new ideas. And he's ready to accept any new idea that can move Yobe to the next level. He will accept it. So this is the kind of person we're working with.
One thing that I know about him and you cannot take away from him is his simplicity and his listening ears. He's one person that listens carefully, and when he talks after listening, you will know that a leader with a lot of wisdom has spoken.
His Excellency the Governor Mala Buni is an encompassment of patience, intelligence, honesty. These three words summarize everything you want to know about him. And
he has also prioritized the constant payment of civil servant salaries, as well as payment of pension and gratuities for local government retirees, despite increase in the wage bill due to the minimum wage.
One, we can say the sustainability of the payment of salary to civil servants is one of the things that he inherited and promised to continue. Welfare of civil servants also is very important, and it is also very important to his heart. In his heart, I can say. One, he promised to continue, and in this case, we have an arrangement where civil servants in the state are programmed to undergo series of trainings according to your grade level, according to your rank. We have reached advanced stage in that direction, but through the instruction of His Excellency the Governor.
This 1 year of His Excellency, we have been able to migrate from the conventional way of operating accounts to one single treasury, that is TSC, treasury single account. We have been able to move, last month we have been able to move to treasury single accounts, and that has given us the opportunity to put together all the MDAs together. You can see the revenue now has been improved significantly. Now, all the revenues, all the various ministries, the revenues they have been collecting now, has to come through this treasury single account. So,
local government staff, their own gratuity and pension is concerned. That one has been constant. As for the state civil servants, he has just approved a very huge amount that's going to be used in settling the backlog. And so very soon, civil servants, especially retired civil servants, will have a cause to smile because he has approved something very important, very large, very huge, and that is going to be used to settle their pensions and their gratuity. As for pensions, that one has been as constant as the salaries in the state.
The Damaturu International Cargo Airport is nearing completion and recently underwent test landing.
Next is official commissioning of the airport. Yeah.
We are witnessing a historic event here when 2 aircrafts are landing on the newly completed, on the newly constructed Damaturu airport. So I think it's a thing of joy for all of us, and everybody is happy that this has come to fruition.
It's a great day for all Yobe. This is a day that we are witnessing
the test landing of our great airport, the Cargo International Airport, Damaturu. Actually, we are so grateful to Almighty God, and we are so grateful to His Excellency, who put his effort and the resources to make sure that this airport is actualized.
For the 1 year he has been in the office, one, for the continuity, you are now a living witness. You have seen the first flight that landed and took off. This is a continuity of the government. Our boss, the professor, started this work. He has completed the latter.
Seeing flight landing for the first time and taking off, I think it's a very elated position I'm in now. I'm delighted, really. All thanks to the Almighty Allah for making us to witness this very historic occasion, taking part when the project was started, and now being our government presently to complete this particular project under Honorable Malabuni. That is something that I should be delighted.
Congratulate His Excellency Honorable Malabuni for clocking 1 year in office. Today is May 29th. The government is exactly 1 year today. Everybody in Yobe is happy, especially seeing the first aircraft to land at our Damaturu Cargo International Airport. We are proud and we are so happy. The existence of this cargo airport in Damaturu, which is the first of its kind in the sub-region, will definitely go a long way in the development of our socio-economic activities in the region. I would personally want to also show our appreciation to His Excellency for fulfilling all the promises that he had for the people of Yobe State. On the 29th of May last year, when he said he was going to prioritize education, agriculture, health, youth empowerment, and so on, he did mention that he was going to complete this airport. And today, we are witnessing the first 1, 2, 3 aircrafts that are going to land at this airport, and therefore he has fulfilled almost all of his promises.
Security is the primary responsibility of any responsible government. To this end, Governor May Malabuni procured 30 brand new Hilux vans and donated them to security agents, leading to the launch of Operation Abamaza by the Nigerian police. This has helped in reducing crime in the states.
About 70% of the promise has been made, because the work that we started now, if completed, it's been enough for the next 3 years.
This is a very young administration, but because it was built on continuity, consolidation, and innovation, it was able to tap into the successes of the former administration and take the state to even greater heights. Look at all the projects that are currently ongoing, and many of them that have been completed. It's so unbelievable that His Excellency Governor Buni was able to achieve all these feats within just a period of 12 months. A very new modern market currently under construction, this airport being completed, a new trailer park being established, the retrofitting of primary and secondary education in Yobe State, construction of housing units that will cover all parts of the state, the strengthening of the primary health care system with the renovation and upgrading of at least one primary health care in each of the 178 wards in the state. These are very great achievements.
It's very, very lucky to have a man of his caliber as the governor of Yobe State. He's very receptive. He understands the problem of the state very well. He attends to them very well. He listens. And believe you me, there is nothing that you will bring to him that he will not make efforts to see that it is done.
Concern, we are going to queue up from that state of emergency in terms of providing the requisite manpower that can teach in primary school and secondary school, in terms of providing the middle manpower that can also assist in transforming the education sector. And in the university, we have Faculty of Education, we have College of Education, and that will be the driving force to see that education is taken to the next level in Yobe State.
With all that has been done within a year, residents believe the kind of growth they have always desired will be achieved in Yobe State under the leadership of the Chiroma of Gujiba, Mai Malabuni.